Okay. Hi, Gali.
Hi, how are you? How are you? Nice
Very
to
good.
connect, and we're joining on Instagram as well.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me?
Here we go. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. So we can hear each other. We're live on Instagram. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn, a few other platforms.
Yes.
And we're here. Hi, Lorna. Hi. If you are on, please say hello. And we will, of course, get to your comments and tell us if you can see us and hear us okay. Okay. Hi, Jenna. How are you? I miss you. I miss you in the 6 a.m. workouts. Perfect. Everybody can see us and hear us okay. Just before we jump in, we'll let everybody join. Also, if you are watching, feel free to share the link on your different platforms so that other people can join and watch. Lorna, great audio and video. Okay, amazing. So good. We're pretty much
Yeah, I
ready
think
to
it's real.
start.
Here we go. Okay,
Yeah.
we are fine.
Good. All right. So welcome everyone. Today we are talking about a subject that we haven't really touched upon exactly, and the subject is talent. And the subject is around the fact that every single person has talent, yet it's not necessarily demonstrated by them, or they don't even know that they have it. So the question, of course, is what is talent and how do you find yours? Because I think of talent as like, I'm just really good at piano from a young age, or I have a talent for, I don't know, public speaking. But how does everybody have a talent? Let's start with that.
Okay, so first of all, we need to understand what is talent.
Yeah, 100%.
So people think about talent as all kind of thing, but actually talent is something really simple. Is taking something that you can do and then doing it.
Taking something that you can do and then doing it. Okay, I like it.
So it's not something that your parents want you to do, but let's say your parents want you to be a pianist, but it's not something that you can do. It's not something that you already can do to some degree. Taking something that you can do to some degree and then intensifying that, doing it again and again and again, and learning everything about it and fully understanding it and really confronting the subject, looking at
Mhm.
all parts of the subject, and you will see that you are talented. So, actually, talent is something that you can develop at any age, on any subject. All you need is to take something that you can do and improve it. So, for example, let's say that I cannot do, I don't know, that I cannot stretch very well. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, obviously, if I will decide to be a ballerina today, I'm not exactly equipped to be a
Yeah.
ballerina and to cut few pieces. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so it's not really the correct direction, yes, because it's
Mhm.
not something I can do, but
Right.
that I can play a little bit of guitar. And I decide, yes, that's something that I think will help people. That's something that will forward me towards my purpose or towards my goal. And at that moment, all I have to do is to take the guitar, do it, understand it, confront it, really gain full conceptual understanding of the subject, and train, do it, do it, do it, do it. And you will see that you are talented in guitar. So talent
Mhm.
is not something that it's really inborn in you, but it's something that you take, that you can do, that actually forward your purpose or goal, and
Mhm.
then doing it, understanding it fully, and then you're talented. It's much simpler than what it seems.
Yeah, I see. Interesting, because I always think of talent as kind of like a waterfall of like talent was dumped on me and now I'm talented and I have all of it and the full potential and I know everything. And yes, over time I'll develop it like a talented musician over time develops it, but they start with like a huge amount of this strength that is talent. But you're
Let's say
saying you take something small and you like pull it and like can pull it out of you. rather than
Who's the most talented basketball player?
Michael Jordan.
How good was he at the beginning?
Yeah, not that good. He had some advantages, you're right, which he then developed.
Exactly. He could do something. He was tall enough, etc. And then he could do it.
Yeah,
So then
true.
he took it and he continued. And what's happening is you usually when you start, you don't understand that like anything in life, when you start something, immediately as you will start it, you will start the next thing you start to improve a little bit. You will hit a massive downfall. There will be a lot of disappointment. Everything around you will prove to you that you are a failure, that you are not good in the area, etc. So what happened is that talent is really taking something and doing it, but on the way of doing it again and again and getting the data, everyone and everything will conspire to stop you.
Right.
And talent is about realizing that you're not getting impressed by facts because you, the spirit, is senior to facts.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
if you decided that this is what will forward your purpose or goal, you simply ignore the facts and continue. All you have to do is to take something you can do and ignore that situation. So at the beginning, everyone will ridicule you and everyone will tell you how bad you are and really will conspire to destroy you.
Right.
Your parents will tell you you are not good, and everyone, probably most of the people, will tell you you are not good. And then they will ignore you. You will improve more and you'll not be really good, but they will start to ignore you. And
Right.
then you will start to improve continuously and they will notice you.
Yep.
And one day you will be like, whoa, and they will applaud you.
Yes.
And then you will
100%.
become the boss.
Right. 100%.
Oh, you are talented. You've just
Yeah.
been talented. They haven't seen the 20 years of hard work.
100%. And that's true for any kind of development, even if it's not all around talent. Just you start a new business or you see a musician. I see a great example of is Justin Bieber, right? When Justin Bieber started, he was like this 14-year-old like little kid that everybody kind of laughed at. Of course, he had 14-year-old fans, but the average adult laughed at him and hated on him and then all of a sudden people started to kind of say, oh, I kind of like his music, and then they now he's considered a celebrity for almost all ages. It became admiration.
Yeah.
So there was like a
Even if you look at
conversion.
before, if you look before he actually started on YouTube, etc. Before that, I promise you, when he was younger, there was friends and families and whoever that says, look, this is, you cannot make a living out of music,
Mhm.
you, it's very tough, and don't think you need to study, or you're not studying, you don't have good scores at school, you need to go to school, you need to be good at school. Probably he was not the best in school, but he was
Mhm.
amazing in music because he could do music and he continued despite all invitations to do otherwise.
Yeah,
It's
that's the
applied
key.
to marriage, to relationship, to business, to your body. Your body, you start to use your body, and you'll see that every time you go into a new area with your body, just try to go to the gym.
Yeah, it
Everything
screams
will
at
tell
you.
you it's wrong.
Yeah, true. That's a
Ev-
great example.
Yeah, everything will tell you, look, it's wrong. Don't, no, it's painful. You get hurt. It's not easy. You get tired. You don't have energy to go to work. There's aches and pains all over. Everyone tell you it's wrong. Everyone and everything. But if you will
Hmm.
continue, you will see that all of a sudden people will ignore you. You just do it, and it will still be difficult, but not as difficult. You will start to see that there's some slight improvement. There are lots of areas that you cannot. You see these mountains that walk in the gym and you look like a mouse, and you
Yeah.
but you still, if you continue and you ignore it, one day people at the gym will tell you, wow, nice. They will start noticing you, but just noticing you here and there. And if you will continue, you will go and they will start to say, hey, can we train together?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
You will see that you all of a sudden grow and grow, and everyone noticing, wow, how is it like you are 61 whatever years old and you have such a body? You probably are talented. Yes, I'm talented, exactly. I could go to the gym and I continue to go, unlike you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 100%. That's a great example. 100%. Great. And it's so true. But and so let's take someone like Justin Bieber, and I think that let me go through Anna's question and then circle back to it because there might be a connection. So she says it seems like some people are just more able than others in certain areas. One person can train for 10 hours and be amazing. Another person needs to train for 100 hours and they will not be as good.
Yeah, because the person that trained for 100 hours listen to opinions, and a person that trained for 10 hours don't listen to opinions. It's
Mm.
really that. It's really nothing else.
Mhm.
Every person, the first person that invented, I don't know, reggae or breakdance or anything new, people really had a lot to say on how bad he is. But if he would just continue, he would be a success. And it will seem that he's made it so fast. How fast? As much as he doesn't see and doesn't hear the environment.
Mm.
The
Yeah.
blinder and deafer you are, the better you'll be. Because
And how
your
uh
only enemy is the environment.
yeah. So my question on that point is how do you know if you're being like your one track mind in this direction and you're saying blinders, I'm not going to listen. How do you know that you're not going crazy? Like that you're not the crazy one going in the wrong direction, not listening to anyone. Everyone's like, you're doing, it's not going to work. You're wasting your time. You're doing the wrong thing. But then you make it a success, or they could be right. How do you know?
Because the purpose is not to do the right thing. The purpose is that if you do it without any opinions, it has to be the right thing because the spirit is perfect and cannot make mistakes. The spirit
Okay.
make mistakes when exterior forces start to intervene.
Hmm.
So anything like if you take breakdance at the beginning, it was really wrong from any viewpoint. But
Yeah.
someone continue. When the Beatles started, it was the worst thing. The government say it's bad. I don't know. My mother say it's bad. Everyone say it's bad. The Beatles was really bad.
Yeah.
It was evil. It was against the church. The rabbis cut their beard. I don't know. It was terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. True. 100%. A lot of these visionaries in the arts.
So the point is that if you continue and don't listen and don't have exterior things, if it's really pure, it will work. So the question is, how pure is your intention? If it's you and not something crazy, how do you know it's crazy? It's you. How do you know it's you? It's beautiful. It requires a
Wait,
lot
how
of
do you know it? You said how do you know it's crazy? It's you? What do you mean? Or
no.
it's
How do
not
you know
you?
how do you know it's right? It's if how do you know that it's you? How do you know that it's not crazy?
Okay.
When you do that, you will know because the spirit is this thing that knows. And the more they tell you it's wrong, the probability of it being right increase.
Hmm.
Um, I'm
Yeah.
writing a song. The first time that I wrote a song, people looked at that and had billion and one opinions. And endless opinions, like many opinions. Every person that heard had his opinion. If I would listen to the opinion, I will never write another song, ever.
Mm. Yeah.
When I started to sing, people had a lot of opinions. If I would listen to the opinions, I will never improve my singing. When I started to lecturing, people had opinions. If I would listen to them. When I started with my first business, everyone told me that I cannot sell because I didn't know English. I had long hair, I had earrings, bracelets, this. I didn't look the part. If I would listen to them, I would never make it. But I didn't listen because I knew it's right. And I continue on a given course without listening. And I knew that I know. And the spirit knows. The spirit stopped knowing when it started to listen to opinions. This anything that is not perfect is not you. So if something happened that is not perfect, is because you have exterior influences. As long that it's you, it's never wrong. Cannot be wrong.
Amazing.
When you do something wrong, you say automatically, but I know it wasn't me.
Yeah.
When you do something wrong, you instinctively say, it wasn't me. I don't know why I did it.
Right. Right. And I want to ask you on that line about mainly because we're going to be having the business class this Friday. By the way, free webinar for anyone listening this Friday. You can go to gprosperity.com/business. There's also replays there of the previous ones. It's gold. This Friday is a webinar that you can register for, and it's free. So about business, you one time told me about how when you were at the company that with BP, about how you were as a leader there in terms of basically you cut out any counter intention because you had this thing of I know how to do it, and that was key to bringing huge results in such a short time. Can you talk about that and how that's important as a business lesson?
So when I started this big deal with BP, I was really without money, without any degree or official knowledge, without experience in business, without nothing,
Mhm.
which means I had everything because I had nothing to lose.
Mm.
So I went to BP and I sat in front of them. And what made this deal happen in such a short time? Anything they said, anything. The first words that came out of my mouth, not because I planned that, because that was me, was, no problem, we will do blah, blah, blah. And then there was something else, and I said, no problem, we will do blah, blah, blah. And no problem, we will do blah, blah, blah. So and there was like a 2 years preparation. The deal was signed, and it took about 2 years preparation to actually launch the project. So when the project was actually launched, there was a big sign on the offices of the project that says Project Fuel Master, no problem.
Mhm.
Because the viewpoint everyone got, I took all the problems, all it cannot be, it cannot be, it cannot be, it cannot be. And one by one, I dismantled all those minds by explaining to them, look, it's not a problem. Because I could not see a problem. I couldn't see any problem.
Yeah.
Another person that sit there would see impassable mountains, and for me it was no, that's not a problem. Well, it will cost $100 million. That's not a problem. What do you mean that's not a problem? It's not a problem. But how? Well, that's not a problem. We can do this and this and that. But what about that? That's not a problem. We can do that. And I had that viewpoint of it's not a problem. I was like really surprised that anyone will see any problem.
Yeah.
And it's not that I had some kind of credentials or someone behind me or big company behind me. It was me, myself, and I don't know, my shoes. Like this was the company.
Yeah. Yeah. And how was it when staff, because of course every staff member gives their opinions, they don't want to, they don't feel like it, they want to give their ideas. And how did you handle that in that intensive time?
Just the viewpoint is like it's not a problem. Like for me, it was so not a problem that despite the fact that I was 30 and they were 60, the average age there probably was 40 to 60 of all those people in the project. So they were much more experienced than me, educated, MBA, DDA, BBB, whatever. They had all of these things that I don't even know what they mean because it was irrelevant for me. Despite all of that, whatever they say, for me, it was so real that I'm going to do it. It's like, of course, we're doing it. that anything you said, I knew, you just conspire to destroy. So it's not a problem. I'll help you, honey. Not a problem. It's not a problem. The
Hmm.
viewpoint is, it's not a problem. And if your viewpoint in life, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. If your first word for anything in life will be, it's not a problem. I know someone in Israel that
Amazing.
once told me, I knew this person, it's actually lady for, I don't know, 3 years or 4 years or something like that. And one day we were supposed to meet, and we had like 6 7 people that needs to meet, and I sent a message to all of them, email at that time, there was not groups. I sent
Yeah.
a message in the email to all of them, and I said, look, um, I may need to change the time. And this lady said, look, I know you for 4 years. It's the first time that I hear any kind of doubt about anything. So you are human. That's what she wrote to
Uh,
me.
amazing.
Because I
Amazing.
thought that I may need to change the time, because everything I'm doing, it's like, it's not a problem. I'm sure it's not a problem. It will happen. Don't worry. It's fine. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. It's not a problem. And if this is the viewpoint on
Mhm.
anything, on a meeting, on a deal, on a problem, on something, s- like anything. There was a problem, just a small things. There was a problem with the gate the other day, the gate in the driveway. And the first thing that I had is, it's not a problem. I'll fix it. And the neighbor that was like looking at me. I saw that he's looking at me weird. Like what? I
Mhm.
said, it's not a problem. I'll fix it. But are you a technician? No, my father was. He wasn't. Yes, but I had to
Give
give
him
him something
something. Yeah, give him something to.
plausible.
Yeah, yeah. I love it. Yeah, but that's amazing. That's a very, very, very important lesson and incredible. So to circle back to the Justin Bieber thing, okay? So you have a guy who has some degree of ability or talent or whatever, and yes, he developed it, but he could sing. You know, some people just aren't singers, or he had a musical ear. He had an advantage to, played many instruments as a little kid, there was some advantage there.
Can sing beautifully, and you never hear about them.
Most.
Go to any township in South Africa,
Hmm.
and you will hear the most unbelievable voices.
True.
How many people can play instruments and can sing, and you never hear from them? They're really good, really, really better than him.
Hmm.
The
Of
problem
course.
is not if you can do that. The problem is to take something you can do, never mind how good or how bad, that somehow forward in your mind, that you know for sure it forwards my purpose, my goal,
Hmm.
and then make sure you become blind and deaf to the environment. And
Hmm.
just do what you know. It's not a problem.
Hmm.
That's the whole secret. Now, what's the problem with that secret? It's too simple.
I mean, it's simple to say, but it's actually also very hard work to actually dedicate yourself like that.
Yeah, but because this answer is so simple, when the answer is simple, you can guarantee at 99% that it's true. When you see complication, when you see complexity, you know that you look at unworkability, you know that you look at lies. When you see
Yes.
simplicity, you know that you look at something that works.
Right. Right.
This
100%.
universe is really simple, plus and minus.
Hmm. Wow. Amazing. I see. So it's really taking something that you can do and expanding it. So it's not the big difference, as I said a little bit earlier, it's not that talent was poured on you and now you have it. It's that you have something small within you and you pour it out of you with a lot of work and you have to extend it out. So it's not given to you, it's developed.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to realize that it's something that you really take, that you already can do, and you intensify it. And most parents to children decide for the child what he will do. The parents has an idea what will be good for the child. He needs to be a doctor, or he
Mm.
needs to be a pianist, or he needs to be a ballerina, or he needs to be whatever.
Yeah.
But parents don't actually look at something that the child can do, and it's forward his purpose or his goal, not the parent's goal or parent's purpose. And so they
Yeah.
destroy the life of the child. Even if the child become a good pianist, he's miserable. He's on drugs, he's drinking, his life is destroyed. So he's a good pianist, so what?
True. True. 100%. I mean, that's actually a good point I wanted to mention, by the way, seeing as we're on it, that another free webinar will be this Saturday about that, which is the Family Academy. So, speaking of children, for everybody listening, you have a Friday free webinar, you have a Saturday family webinar. So, I'll find the link for that. I'm gonna pull it up now, and I'll tell you where to go. I'll tell you that in a second. But that's a great piece of advice. That's a really, really great piece of advice.
Yeah, it's quite amazing that if you look at what's actually happening, what you will see is that um, you have a person, and the job of the parents. If someone will ask me what's the most important thing about parenting, it's not the safety of the child, it's not the health of the child, it's not the happiness of the child, it's not nothing. All of that, why? Because all of that is the result of one thing.
Mm.
It's the result of how self-determined you make your child. When the
Which
child
means,
is which means you make sure that you teach the child that he's not effect, his cause, and not only that he's cause, not only that things don't happen to him, that he can make things happen.
mhm,
Nothing just happened to him. Everything that happened is he make it happen. Good, bad, anything to him, to the environment, uh, anything that happened to him, although it seems that it happened to him, he caused it. And the more you teach the child that he's his own boss and the boss of everything around, the more you make the child the boss, the less he become a slave, and otherwise he's a slave of the environment. At the beginning, slave to the parents, and later on, slave to the environment. And so, any small wind like that push him away, push him around. So, someone come with drugs, so he's doing drugs. Someone, a beautiful lady, comes and she's really bad for him, but he cannot be self-determined, so he has to go with her. And he's or a bad business deal come, but he cannot evaluate because he's just been pushed around. He's not self-determined. So he doing a bad business deal, and the problem is not that he's done a bad business deal or he went with a bad lady or he started to do drugs. The problem is that he will blame and blame and blame because the parents convinced him that he's not self-determined.
mm,
Doing drugs is not the problem. Doing a bad business deal is not a problem. Marrying the wrong woman is a problem. No, it's not a problem.
yeah.
Marrying the wrong woman is not a problem. The problem is that when you start to blame, when you don't know that it's you, it's never someone or something other than you. And that's the only job of parents. If
Amazing.
everything they make should be in the direction of making the child a boss, his own boss, a boss over his life.
Mm. Wow, that's
From
amazing.
from the smallest thing, we have this baby that didn't sleep, and the parents asked me, and they said, "Look, the baby cannot sleep. He sleeps only on the hands of the mother. If it's not on the hand," I said, "Okay, fine. Talk to the child, explain to the child how he can control his body, and how you expect him to help, and how it's all about he needs to decide that he can. Like, he cannot be the effect of the body that's just in this position. And we explained to the child, and guess what? That night he slept like a baby. 1 hour sleeping, 1 hour crying. No, I'm joking. He slept like a
Uh,
baby.
yeah, wow, that's incredible. That's really, really, really.
It's just really, it's really the simplicity of raising children, is make them cause.
Wow. Wow. And it's something that, again, you say it, it's simple and ultra powerful, but almost too simple. But that's the fundamental. And by the way, for everybody that's watching I know that, look, we have a lot of people that are new to watching us, especially on Instagram. I think our Instagram following has gone up like 4 times the amount in the last 2 months. So we've been talking a lot about the business class recently, which is this Friday. But this Saturday, we also have the free Family Academy. Okay.
This is
Yeah,
the
there we
link.
go. Yeah, that's the link. So it's gprosperity.com/advanced. Like if something is advanced, F for family, AC for academy, Family Academy. So advanced FAC, gprosperity.com/advanced FAC. And there's a free seminar on family relationships, children, parenting this Saturday. Register.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Let's have a look at the comments.
Yes. So first of all, Eva said, "Wow, amazing, so true." Harold, "Wow." Jenna, "Wow." Lorna, "So great for you to give the cycle for increasing talent." Yes. Jenna said, "Amazing, love that." Also, by the way, I'll read the rest. On Instagram, there was a few people that said hello. There was Ali here that said hello, and Yannick. And Yannick, I think you might have had a question if you did pop it again on here. And so then we have William, who said, "Thank you for everything that you guys do," and sent a $20
Wow.
gift, a present, a super chat. That's really amazing,
This,
William.
like,
Really
this is
appreciate it.
it's really amazing. And what a special person that actually have this urge to exchange. People
Mhm.
are really perfect. People are perfect, and anything that is not perfect is not you. It's really, if you really learn only that, you are perfect, and anything that is not perfect is not you. Get a person without all the external influences, and only good will come from him. Only good. It
Mhm.
is only when you force a person to become ethical that he start to do bad things. It is only when you use ethics, justice against people to force them to become ethical or to force them into justice that you get injustice, that you get out ethics.
Wow. Wow.
It's
I
amazing.
love that. I love that.
Thank
That is amazing. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. And thank you very, very much, William.
you. Mhm.
And Harold said, "Commander of his own life." In other words, for the child, you want to make them the commander of their own life. Yes.
100%.
And Anna said, "It also seems if you criticize another person's talent, it will hinder your own progress. If I find fault with how another person sings, I will slow my own progress to become the next Justin Bieber."
Yeah, that's also very, very true.
Hmm.
Very
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah, 100%. So I had a question for you about back to around the subject of talent. Let me see if I can remember what I was going to say. So we covered Justin as an example. Oh yes, that's what I was going to say. You have some people that uh, are limited for sure in certain things. Like for example, I will never be a professional, I don't know, sumo wrestler, or it's just not. I
But
don't
the
have.
amount of food that you eat, I'm not sure.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe I could based on how much I eat. That's true. You never know. I might be going there.
How much, what
Uh,
food maybe you still have a
Yeah.
future there.
I need to dedicate myself to this one thing. Uh, but you know what I mean? Or some people, for example, will never be professional basketball players because they don't have the height. Yes, you have a rare example of someone like Steph Curry, but that's a shorter player or a football player. So, you know, some people just don't have certain things for them to go into. You know what I mean? It just is, it is what it is. So how do you differentiate if you're trying to fit yourself into something that, look, you're not, I know you want to be a sumo wrestler, you're just not going to be,
Not a problem. So, how does being a sumo wrestler will help you to become what you want to become?
is what you would ask that person, yeah? I mean,
Yeah. How does it forward the goal? So now
mhm,
let's take the rod of sumo wrestling and let's have a look. What other ways can you bring the goal? Okay, and you come up with another 10 ways. Good. Which one is the most efficient way? Maximum result for minimum action. That's the definition of most of efficient.
mhm,
Maximum result for minimum or expected result for minimum action. Which one? To become a sumo wrestler that will take you can it will take you another 20 years, or maybe there is a much faster way. And when a
mhm,
person
yeah,
realizes that there is a senior datum in this universe, that in this universe you mustn't do what you want. Never, never, never do what you want. Do what's needed.
mhm,
Animals do what they want. People do what's needed.
I see.
Animal want to eat, and never mind that I'm his father for the last 20 years. At that moment he wants to eat, and he's going to eat me. People have the ability to differentiate what is needed, not what I want.
And wouldn't you say that in our example that we somehow stuck upon Justin Bieber, wouldn't you say that that's what he wanted? He wanted to be a well-known musician.
It's not a problem that you also want, but if you go only on what you want, it's nonsense. What's
I
senior
see.
to that is what you need, and you make what you need to what you want. It's not that you want and then you do what you need. You define what's needed, and of course you have to make it to be what I need, what I want, sorry.
What, yeah, of course. Otherwise, yeah,
So
100%.
if I need to open doors all day long for the next 5 years, uh, to get my goals, good, not a problem. This is what I want, and believe me that this is what I need to do, and I will make it that this is what I want as well.
Yeah, I see.
You take what you need and you make it what you want. If you take what you need and you do it without wanting it, you don't do it. You protesting. You're not actually doing. It's something
Right.
else.
Yeah, for sure. And I've
But
seen that. I mean, yeah.
always feeling what I want is always junior to what's needed. Useless people do what they want. Powerful people do what they need and make it to what you want. So
Hmm.
I can be a commander of a submarine and do it like this is what I need because this is what I need and this is what I want and this is the only thing that I wanted all my life. And if all of a sudden I need to be the janitor in the submarine, or I don't know, the person that work the machines, the engines. This is I understand this is what's needed. I will go and do it, and this is what I wanted all my life. I will
Mm.
make it. I just realized that was the only thing that I wanted, and at that moment, I will hate, of course, the commanders, and I
Yeah,
would be totally
you
that
flip.
person,
Yeah, yeah.
totally.
Hmm. Hmm. But how, and so with that, how do you, and by the way, Luciana here on Instagram is saying, wow, and amazing. And yeah, it is amazing. So how do you take that and make that practical for the everyday person that kind of hates their job or at least doesn't like it or just doesn't feel like it because it's Monday and they need to do this because it is what's needed, but they don't want to? Well, how do you actually do that? I know it's easier to say want to, but how?
So he needs to learn. The first thing he needs to learn that you create your own feelings. So stop lying
Mhm.
to yourself and stop saying
Mhm.
that you are an effect and start to be self-determined. If you are there, you are there. You find what's most pro survival. What's the thing that will bring the result? If you will cry about Monday, will it bring better results than if you'll say, okay, fine, this is what we need to do, and we're going to do it, and we're going to love it?
Mhm.
What will be better? To sit and cry, or to actually go and bring the results? Because this is what's needed, and then make yourself love it.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
You need to get your ethics in. You need to start becoming you, and not some kind of automatic machine that automatically someone told you that Monday is bad, so you start to hate Monday. If I ask you really, why do you hate Monday? Why do you hate Monday? What's the difference between Monday and Tuesday? What's the real difference? It's nonsense. It's bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
What's
a
the
bit more
difference?
hungover.
I'm looking at Monday as, whoa, I have now a whole week of production. Amazing. I have so much forward, so many tomorrows ahead.
Mhm.
And and another guy that don't want to say, he says, I don't want another tomorrow.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly that. True. True.
So
Powerful.
really
Yeah.
there is a lot that a person need to learn, because most people have not been raised with the viewpoint of they're self-determined. I'm the boss.
Mhm.
I'm the commander here. Most people are useless, and they need to learn how to become unuseless. If they want life, if they want to just try not to die, continue to be useless. But if you want to live, you have to get off this nonsense of something happening to me, or I'm a slave to my emotions. No, I'm not
Mhm.
a slave to my emotion. I create my emotions and I tell them what's happening and I decide what's happening. And if not, God help them.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's a different viewpoint
It's
from
a totally different viewpoint. Not. Yeah.
yeah, from being useless and crying and being in a competition. Who can cry bigger on Monday or stronger? Who can put the biggest crying show to a competition? Who can bring more results? Which one is more sane?
Mhm. I love it. If only there was more of that viewpoint. Yeah.
That's our job, to educate. That's why we're doing these lives. This is why we're teaching. This is why the
Yeah.
whole activity that we're doing, that's the purpose, because this universe is a universe that has been convinced for years that people are useless. But the
Mhm.
truth is they're not useless. They've been educated to be useless. The truth is that people are the strongest force in the universe. The spirit is the thing that created the universe, and now it has a difficulty with Monday. Seriously? It's like,
Yeah.
imagine
Good
that God
point.
can say, "Oh, I have headache."
Mhm. Mhm.
Really? God can have
Exactly.
headache?
Exactly. Amazing. We have here on Instagram, by the way, the life of tries says Nick Decker and I are checking in from Manchester. Hey, and hi Nick, how's it going? And he also said, I completely agree. The calendar is an illusion. Time is just a construct.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. True. True.
Time
Amazing.
is the
Amazing.
interchange, the manifestation of interchange of spaces. That's the actual definition.
We need to do a
But
live on
a
time.
totally different.
Yeah, 100%. We need to do a live on time. I
Yeah.
think
What?
we've done one before. Why don't you have time or something like that? But I think we need to do another one on like talking
What
about,
is? Yeah.
yeah, what is time?
It's
That's
now
a good
is
one.
what physical, what's not physical, what's like the basics.
Yes, that's a great idea. We will. Great. This was amazing. Thank you for everybody that joined. This Friday is the business class. It's free. You can go to gprosperity.com/business. Saturday is the Advanced Relationship and Family Academy. You can go to gprosperity.com/advanced FAC, and it's also free this Saturday. So two free webinars coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. This was amazing. Thank you for everyone that joined. Thank you, William, again.
Thank you.
Yes.
And Bill, thank you. William, thank you again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big thank
Really
you.
amazing.
Totally, totally.
Totally.
All right.
All right.
Love
Bye.
you. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.